Let's start with the Mets. The Soto deal is now official. The press conference underway today. Plain and simple, he just got the payday he wanted. Hell, if they had a team in the Ukraine that was willing to offer him the money, Scott Boras probably would have put him in Ukraine. We'll be interested to see what Soto does at Citi Field. The pressure is really on him now. You know, he was surrounded by pretty good people. Yankees got to the World Series. He's not surrounded by that same roster across town with the New York Mets. Now, they're not done. The rumor is that they're meeting now with Sean Manaea to bring him back. But, John, New York Mets pitching staff as of lunchtime today. Kodai Senga just signed Frankie Montas, just signed Clayton Holmes, and left-hander David Peterson. That is the Yankee rotation that Soto is going to have to save by hitting a ton of home runs.
So the Mets rotation.
I'm sorry, the Mets rotation. That's a far cry from the rotation that he went and swung for on behalf of the New York Yankees, is it not? Ooh.
They're just going to hit bombs, man. Hit bombs at Citi Field.
He's going to have to hit bombs because look at that pitching staff I just told you. So that's a question. Mets won in the Soto challenge, but they're not done yet. Yankees. I told you last Monday with the Soto situation, there would be a plan B immediately. Well, they started. Max Fried, 8 years, $218 million, joins their rotation, headed by Garrett Cole, backed up by Carlos Rodon, who had a great year, has the Rookie of the Year, Luis Gil, and now they add Max Fried. And they're not done. Yankees are talking to Houston about a deal for Kyle Tucker. That would be a trade. They're talking to Arizona's first baseman, Christian Walker, about a free agent contract. I think that deal could happen. Third one, Giants. Willy Adames, shortstop. Buster Posey pulls the trigger on his first acquisition. Big-time player, power hitter. Did have a big bounce-back season in Milwaukee. And now the rumor, they're about to move on Corbin Burnes.
Hey.
Now, Buster Posey pulls this off, and he gets the ace of the Orioles staff on top of getting the star shortstop from Milwaukee. That's a hell of an acquisition. Price tag, 7 years, $210. Now, Corbin Burnes has also got an offer from Toronto, and Baltimore's trying hard to bring him back, though I was told Baltimore does not want to give any pitcher a 7-year contract. So the Giants are a winner and could grow even more. And then there's the Red Sox. The trade is done. Garrett Crochet comes from the White Sox. The thing that really stunned me when this deal was finalized on Wednesday afternoon, Boston did not give up any of their core top young players. They still have Will Abreu, the young outfielder. They still have Casas, the power-hitting first baseman. Now, they're not done. Boston was talking to San Diego about Dylan Cease. Boston is talking to Seattle about their fourth starting pitcher, Brian Wu, who's pretty good. And Boston, as a backup, has Walker Buehler, who they just brought in to talk to the week of the winter baseball meetings. So Boston's not done yet. So, John, Mets, Yankees, Giants, Red Sox, you're at the podium.
Okay, let's talk Yankees. Why would the Astros trade Kyle Tucker? That's a great player. He's still quite young, isn't he?
Walk free agent.
Oh, so how many years? He's got one left?
This is free agent season, and he sees what everybody else is getting. He's not going to talk to the Astros about an extension.
Interesting.
And Jim Crane does not want to be held hostage and lose the guy, get nothing in return. So if he could shop him to the Yankees, and that's the biggest rumor, and get 3 players, a couple who could play immediately at much lower prices, and it allows Houston to do other things in free agency. It's too bad that Tucker's really like that. Now, he got hurt. He missed a middle chunk of the season, a large amount of the season, but that's why they're moving him.
And then the other player I want to talk about is Corbin Burnes, because, I mean, dude's a good pitcher,
Yep.
but is he an elite pitcher? I mean, would you have him as one of the top 10 pitchers in baseball? I know he's good, but is he that good?
I think he's upper echelon.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the price on pitching has gone through the roof. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pay Corbin Burnes $30 million per year to be a starter, that makes sense. When you got guys like Nick Martinez getting $21 million, you kidding me?
Good for Nick.
Well, I know good for Nick, and I like
but
Nick.
The market is crazy right
the
now.
market's absolutely gone nuts, which is important if you're in a medium market, a smaller market, A market where owners don't want to spend more money, aka Padres. Geez, don't you wish you'd kept some of the pitching you traded away? Because younger pitching now is kind of gold standard. You can afford younger pitching. Whereas if you go out on the street corner and try to talk to Corbin Burns, that's a $30 million a year phone call.
Yeah, but it's like the bird in the hand versus two in the bush. You got to plan for today. I mean, you could keep stockpiling, and have the greatest farm system on the planet, but you're still going to be doomed to third or fourth place. I mean, the Padres played that game for a long time. Now they seem to have both going on. Every team needs to be able to do that, have elite players and still grow it. So I don't know. I think the Giants, I like that they're making an investment in some star players. The fans deserve that.
And then you got the Red Sox. And I guess I was rocked that they did not move any of their top young players. They moved lower minor leaguers, AAA, AA, Class A guys to get Garrett Crochet. So Boston still got resources and assets to make another trade.
Yeah. Well, Boston's been sort of laying low, haven't they?
Well, they've been down on the floor for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Postseason failure is not acceptable in the state of New England and the Red Sox nation.
So you kind of have to, as your buddy Jim Rome used to say, you have to go down in the basement and suck on batteries for a couple of years and then come back refreshed.
So that's where we are. Those are the ones that I think did pretty well, winners and obviously some losers.